My 17-year-old daughter, Layla, spent 3 days cooking for 23 people for my mother's birthday party. 3 days. She planned the menu, shopped with her own money, made name cards, and created a 3-tier cake that could make professionals jealous. She was radiant, bouncing around the kitchen like her whole future depended on whether Grandma liked her lavender glaze. Maybe in her heart, it did. Then, 10 minutes before guests were supposed to start arriving, my phone buzzed. Group chat. The same family thread we use for Happy Easter texts and blurry casserole pictures. It was my dad. We've decided to celebrate at a restaurant. Adults only. No punctuation. No apology. Just that. At first, I thought I misread it. Layla had just pulled sugar-free pear tarts from the oven for Grandma's diabetic neighbor. I stepped out into the hallway like I had to answer a call. I didn't. I just needed to stop my hands from shaking. I called my dad first. "Hey," he said cheerfully, "you get the message. You're not coming." I asked. No, we changed plans. It was just easier. We're already here. You're at the restaurant. Now. Yep. Just sat down. Menu looks great. Layla's been cooking for 3 days. She made enough for 23 people. She can freeze the leftovers, can't she? Gotta go. Waiter's here. Then I called my mom. "We just thought it'd be more convenient," she said. "And we didn't want to risk anyone getting sick." She's 17, Jenna, not a professional. She took classes. She cleaned everything. She made diabetic options. That's nice. But it's not real cooking. I hung up. I called my sister. "Oh, Jenna," she sighed. "Don't guilt everyone over this. She's crying, she's dramatic, she needs to learn not everything is about her." None of us wanted to be her test subjects. Test subjects. Like Layla was some rat in a lab maze. I stood frozen. Behind me, Layla was still talking. "Do you think the pomegranate glaze is too sweet?" She stopped. My face must have said too much. She took the phone from me and read the group chat. A photo. Glasses clinking. Plates full. My niece and nephew smiling. My mom beaming. My father holding up a wine glass. Layla stared a second too long. Then she called my mom. I couldn't hear what was said, but I saw Layla's face fall in on itself. She didn't sob. Just quiet, steady tears, like something inside her had simply given up. She gently put down the phone, turned to her cake, a 3-layered rosette masterpiece with "Happy 67th Grandma" piped in dark chocolate, and stared. She said nothing. I used to think the worst pain was seeing your kid cry. It's not. It's watching them try not to because they don't want to make you feel worse. That night, while they clinked glasses at a restaurant, I stood outside Layla's door holding untouched roast duck and wondered how the hell we got here. But I knew how. It started when I was born. I was the second daughter. Unplanned. Not exactly a mistake, but definitely an afterthought. My sister, Rachel, was graceful, adored. I was practical, curious, always taking things apart. They funded ballet, sequins, recitals. I asked for a weekend leatherwork course and got, "What would you even do with that?" Well, now I own a business. Handmade home goods. My husband does woodwork. We make decent, honest money. But to my parents, it's a cute little side thing. Meanwhile, Rachel, with 2 degrees in literature and dance, lives paycheck to paycheck, and I quietly help her out. Because that's what I do. And then came Layla, my daughter, my heart, my karma. She's me, but bolder. No apologies. Flour-dusted hands and sauce-streaked notebooks. She cried once because her hollandaise lacked emotional depth. She wants to be a chef. Not just likes cooking. Wants to be one. She reads Michelin reviews the way other kids scroll TikTok. And the family, they smother it. It's cute. She'll grow out of it. She's too sensitive for that world. Maybe she should do something academic like Rachel. Right. After one brunch, I found Layla crying in the bathroom, blaming it on an onion she chopped 6 hours earlier. So when she said, "Mom, I want to cook for Grandma's birthday." Just me. The whole thing, I asked her 3 times if she was sure. She nodded. "I want to show them what I can do." And she did. She adjusted for allergies, preferences. Grandpa hates mushrooms. Grandma thinks cilantro tastes like soap. She planned, shopped, cooked, cleaned. Borrowed a cake turntable for clean frosting lines. Every night she'd ask, "Do you think they'll like it?" And I hated that she even had to ask. Then the text came. They went to the restaurant. All of them, even the ones who show up late with store-bought dip. Everyone except the girl who made a feast. And then, the twist. That night, as Layla sat on the couch pretending to scroll, I got a notification. A charge. $1,327.90. On my business card. At the restaurant. For 23 people. They used my card to erase my daughter. I laughed. It was either that or scream. Then I called my husband. "I need you home. Now." He didn't ask why. "Be there in 20. And I called everyone else. Neighbors, distant cousins, our community group, the receptionist at my dentist's office. My daughter cooked for 23 people. They ditched her. "We have food. We need guests." They came. And fast. One neighbor brought wine. A woman I'd met twice showed up with tulips. Cars kept arriving. We pulled out folding tables. Shoved furniture aside. And Layla. At first, she was mortified. "Mom, what are you doing?" "Salvaging your dignity and dessert. Help me find chairs." And then the journalist showed up. Food media. Camera in hand. "Can I taste a few things?" She tasted. Photographed. Took notes. Whispered, "She's better than some professionals I've reviewed." "Tell her that," I said. By 6 p.m., the tables were full. "Should I serve the appetizer?" Layla asked. "No, serve your menu." And she did. By dessert, there was clapping. Someone stood to toast. To Layla. The girl who cooked a feast, didn't quit when she was kicked down, and fed us better than anyone we've ever paid. Standing ovation. That night at 2 a.m., the article went live. The birthday that wasn't, how a teen chef cooked for 23, was abandoned, and threw the dinner of the year. It praised her food. And told the truth. No names, except Layla's. But it was enough. Comments exploded. "She's amazing. Where can I eat her food? Who does that to their own granddaughter?" And the silence that followed wasn't peace. It was prelude. The next day, a knock. "My parents. My sister. You need to fix this," my dad snapped. "You've ruined our reputation," my mom added. "You need to tell people it was exaggerated," Rachel hissed. I stood my ground. Did someone hack your phone and send that message? Did I hallucinate the $1,300 charge? Did Layla dream up the photos you posted from dinner? She made us look like monsters. "No," I said. "You did that yourselves. She just cooked." Then they turned on her. She weaponized the internet. She humiliated us. She should be ashamed. Layla had quietly entered the hallway. My mom looked her in the eye. "You should be ashamed of yourself." I didn't remember moving. One moment I was at the doorway. The next, I was standing between them and my daughter. That's when my husband walked in. Calm, steady, out. "This is a family matter," my dad said. "No, this is my home. You don't get to hurt her twice." They stormed out. And right across the street, our neighbor Jeff, live streaming. That evening, the video hit Facebook. The grandparents from that viral teen chef story show up. Watch what happens. The comments. Brutal. Imagine being this bitter over cake. Who yells at a kid who made them dinner? This is why some of us cut off our families. Final texts before I blocked them. "You've ruined us. We'll sue if you don't issue a correction. This is elder abuse." I didn't reply. I posted one thing. "We stand by every word. And we're done protecting people who hurt our daughter." The support poured in. Layla got messages, invitations, opportunities. A year later, she got into the program. The dream school. She's thriving. Has clients. A food blog. Followers. Fans. We never heard a real apology. Never got that $1,300 back. But we got something better. Clarity. Peace.